So this is part one of replacing Thirsty's gusset elastics. The first step would be to remove the old gusset, so that's what we're going to work on in part one. You can see here this one has no stretch. Some of the elastic threads are coming out and it is extremely relaxed. So what you want to start with is opening up about an inch to maybe an inch and a half to 2 inches of the trim on either side of the gusset at the end where it connects to the main part of the diaper. So you'll start by picking out 1 or 2 stitches to give you an opening in the trim, and then you can seam rip extremely carefully about an inch on either side of that opening. Once you've opened up the trim, you can see the basic sandwich of the diaper where the leg elastic and the gusset are all attached. Once you've got your trim open enough for you to be able to work comfortably, you can start by loosening the threads, removing the threads that hold the clear leg elastic down. You want to try and do this very carefully so that you don't damage the main elastic or the PUL. It's better to pick if you need to than just to straight up seam rip and risk slipping and puncturing the PUL of the diaper. So once you've got the leg elastics loose from the main part of the diaper, you can see here the stitching that runs along the edge of the gusset to attach it to the diaper. You want to open up about 1.5 inches of that as well. Always pick over seam rip when you can, just to avoid damage. It can be a little bit tricky because when they first make the diaper, sometimes there's a lot of back and forth stitching to hold it in place. But just be super patient and go as slowly as you need to. Once you've got that section up, you can see here it's about 1.5 inches. It gives you a good little space. And the next step would be to open up the other end of the gusset and then remove the main one. So you can see here, if you just pick out a couple of stitches at the beginning, you can usually pull on the threads themselves carefully and they should just come out. Now you can see here I've finished one by opening up both ends. Leave it attached in the middle. You don't want to open up too much of the trim because it can be kind of a pain to get it back together. So you just need to open up enough to access both ends of the gusset and remove the old one. So this one is ready and we'll just move on to the second gusset. Once both of the gussets are done, it should look somewhat like this. About 1.5 inches at each end, open and ready to sew.